What's up, everybody? So for as much as I've covered Europe over the last however long, at least the last 5-6 years, I have not actually taken the time to look at the map like that. Now, you've seen me use them in videos and stuff before, but I've never actually taken the time to look and study the map of Europe. So in this video, we're gonna be looking at various maps of Europe. I mean, maps that have been created by people on the internet. I've seen some maps where people are like, oh, like Europe in my eyes, or Europe through this person's eyes, or Europe if this happened. I think that'd be pretty interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into that. Before we get started, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I wanted to establish a baseline, so I think this is probably the best way to do it. I have a map pulled up here. Russia's over here, Ukraine's over here, just to get a general layout of where everything is, because you know dang well the reputation that Americans don't know where stuff is very true.
Capital of these 5 countries in less than 30 seconds and you win $10. Italy?
Spain.
That's another country.
No, not Spain.
The only place I could really tell you where it is definitively is Germany and France and the Netherlands and Belgium. I knew that the Netherlands and Belgium were over here because Aachen is relatively close to the Netherlands, and I went from Aachen to the Netherlands to Belgium, and it was awesome. So I could probably take a guess at where Switzerland is. It's, you know, down there. Austria probably as well. But outside of that, if you asked me to point on the map where Sweden was without this reference, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you where any of these places are. I didn't even know Turkey was located down here for real. So one thing I almost forgot to mention is if you guys see something in any of these maps that I happen to miss, go ahead and call it out in the comments down below, because each and every one of these maps that we're going to be going over has different attributes and whatnot, and even perspectives made from each individual user. So some are accurate, some are not, some are funny. So again, just let me know in the comments down below what you notice, and I'll go and read your comments so I can go back and watch this video, because this was a lot. Right here, I actually have a map pulled up from Reddit. I typed in maps of Europe up here, and this popped up. So we can flip back and forth between these two and kind of like analyze this. Let's click this map and see what we are looking at, man. This is very creative. So here we have Russia, right? And as you can see, you got the country riding in a tank with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful monument I've seen. I don't know what it's called, but I have seen it. And this is basically like, you know, the pinnacle of Russia right here. This is like a centerpiece. And then of course there are Air Force jets flying over here and stuff. Then over here, I'm pretty sure this is Finland. Let me make sure that I am accurate, because good Lord, maybe I'm wrong. That is Finland. I was right. Okay, so Sweden's over here. Also, I think part of it is knowing what the flags look like for these countries, because I've been historically known for getting flags wrong in Europe. That's the Colombian flag, right? It was messed up. So this right here is very creative. I've never seen anything like this. Apparently this is this user's first post on Reddit too. This is awesome. I've noticed that this is your first post on Reddit. You're new here, but you've already made such a masterpiece. I'd love to see more of your beautiful arts here. I agree. This is incredible. When I saw this, I'm like, it looks like there's a YouTuber that does geographic content, and he has those bubbles that he draws and stuff. This reminded me of his content. Very immaculately done. I think this was done in Microsoft Paint, if I'm not mistaken, I think. But regardless, it looks beautiful. You have Finland right here chilling and stuff, drinking a beer on a boat. You have Sweden right here with the IKEA store in the background. If we like look in at this is beautiful, dude. Very creative. And then over here you have Norway, right? Just fishing over here and stuff. And I think in the distance, that's not Latvia. What is this? What country is this over here? Let me look. That's the Faroe Islands. Faroe Islands? I'm not familiar with it. The Faroe Islands have a flag? Who's this owned by? I don't even know what flag this is. I'm cooked. I'm very cooked. I need to go ahead and look up what this flag is, because what? And then over here, I just looked at the map and I completely forgot what this is. Hold on. Iceland. Yes. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. I'm assuming this is a centerpiece in Iceland. I don't know what this is. I haven't looked at it, but they did a good job with this over here, man. Oh my God. And then of course we look down here. I really want to see what they did with Germany. And Germany, as you can see, you have Brandenburger Tor here, which is immaculate. They definitely did this in Microsoft Paint. They did a great job. Then you have over here, pretty sure the Netherlands and whatnot, like we mentioned before when we looked at the map, the original key that I'm using for reference. And down here you have Belgium and whatnot. I don't know what this weird planetary thing is over here. Let me go ahead and zoom in real quick. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what that is, but it looks pretty interesting. And then of course You have France. Identified here by the Eiffel Tower. That's so cool. Am I getting this mixed up? I'm pretty sure this is the Eiffel Tower, if I'm not mistaken. Let me. I gotta be sure, bro, because I'd be getting my monuments fucked up. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm getting the Eiffel Tower in my head mixed up with the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Huh? So we have the Eiffel Tower here, and then this beautiful drawing of the French flag with a hat on, like the little hat that you see in French people wear sometimes in the movies and whatnot. This has to be Switzerland, because that is the only flag in Europe that has the hospital sign. This has got to be Italy right here. Because of, is this the Leaning Tower of Pisa? I'm probably cooked for saying that, but let me go ahead and look. That is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Whoa, I did not know I knew that. See, I know a little something. I did not think I knew that, because it looks like the tower's leaning low key. I would never climb this, bro. I don't want to be the person on this when it eventually collapses. That'd be crazy. I mean, I don't know how it's been able to be this sturdy for this long, to be honest. Maybe they have it like propped up some way somehow. I should probably look into that. But yeah, you have the Leaning Tower of Pisa right here, which looks incredible. And it's so intricate. Wow, this is great. It is. It is phenomenal. If you look down here as well, you have the Italian flag with a Italian authentic pizza and a glass of wine. Now, for anybody watching this video so far, have you had wine in Italy? Are you from Italy? And if you were to rank Italy's wine with the rest of the entire world based on the travel experiences you've had, how would you rank it on a scale of 1 to 10? Do you think Italy has the best wine in the world? Do you think it has like, it's kind of okay, it's kind of mid? And this is for all my wine connoisseurs out there, because I absolutely adore wine. That's probably my favorite alcohol on the entire planet. I love wine. It's very tasty and rich, and depending on how you like your wine, I mean, I like dry wine, and I like, very, 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 very sweet wine as well. So I might be a rare breed. I don't know. From what I've heard, especially from friends that I have met that have traveled and lived in Italy and whatnot, they say that the wine in Italy is peak, man. It does not get any better than that. TBH. I'm looking over here, and I think this is the Balkan region, because for my subscribers that have still been writing this out, that's Serbia. Now, for a lot of you guys that did not know, I actually used to do Serbian rap reactions on my channel a long time ago. They're still up on my channel to this day. And then I think this is Bosnia right here. This is Croatia. And the only reason why I know these is because I used to do a lot of music reactions for these countries, which also means if this is Bosnia, and this is Croatia, and that's Serbia, this right here, brother, Albania. And Albania and Serbia have an eternal beef with each other, bro. Like, and that's putting it very lightly. I've been told that it's just, it's ruthless. It's real ruthless, man. It's an extensive history that I know if I say anything about right now, I would absolutely get fried, because my extensive knowledge of the beef between Serbia and Albania is cooked, because it's been a long time since I've dove into that. So if somebody can let me know in the comments down below, that would be very great. I heard Serbia is going through something right now. I mean, I've been looking on the news and I keep seeing protests happening throughout Serbia, so I don't know what's going on. Also, this is Macedonia. See, I do know my flags. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, and this is where I'm going to cook myself, this right here might be, I don't know what country this is. So let me go ahead and look. Oh my God, this country looks jaded as hell. Is this Colombia? No, it's not Colombia, bro. That can't be Colombia. Let me see. Am I wrong? Nope, I'm cooked, bro. So we have Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Belarus. Okay, hold on. Zoom out. Russia. Belarus is right here. So what was I looking at? I was looking at some country, man. Okay, so Russia's here. Belarus is here. What is this country? This country is Ukraine. Oh my God, bro. I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. And I'm telling you, my knowledge of geography is absolutely abominable, except possibly for the Balkan region. And you can see there's a lot going on here. You got a lot going on here. Like this over here in Turkey, you have people from all over Europe and stuff, like congregating through Turkey and these hot air balloons and stuff like that. It's awesome. It would be a perfect computer background, or it could be printed and put on a wall in frames. By the way, very impressive work and such details. Turkey with its inflation balloon friends is such a nice touch. See, that's what I didn't understand. Oh, let me go back up here. These are the inflation balloon friends, right? Oh my gosh. I was not clocking this at all. You have some of these pictures alluding to beefs. This right here has to be Spain down here, right? This is Spain. I didn't know Spain was so far down on the map. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, Spain is hella far on this map. What? I did not know that. Let's get out of that. Map of Europe. So if we get out of this, there's like plenty of different maps, right? So it says ethnic map of Europe, 1815 by me, not so perfect. So if you click on this, this was made 10 months ago. So up here, it says Russian. Okay, cool. Belarusian, Ukrainian down here. Polish, the Poles are over in Poland. Go figure. Low German. Okay. West Middle German. Okay. East Middle German. Okay. High German is spoken in the lowest part of Germany. Now, isn't that wild? I thought that High German was actually up here somewhere. Like most of the people that spoke High German were up here, maybe right here, but I don't know. Hochdeutsch? Because I feel like this is flipped. Because low key, I feel like High German is like up here, and then I call it Disney Deutsch, right? Like Bayerisch, right? Bayerisch is like down here and stuff. Now, not all of down here, but wherever Munich is down here. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong. So correct me in the comments, please. We have the Czech Republic and stuff, people that are Czech over here, Slavic individuals are here, Hungarians are down here, our Croatians are over here, Serbians are down here, but it also says Serbians are in this area, right? It seems like a blend over here because it looked like a shape of Germany, but then some of it's blended into Poland a little bit. So there's a section in Germany, though, for sure I know, that has a bunch of Serbians, which is interesting. If we pay close attention to this map, we'll see more interesting reveals. The Norwegians are up here. We have the Danes over in this upper area right here, like just above Germany. So the Swedes are over in this area. The English, this whole area, bro. Scottish, English, Irish, Anglo-Irish, Welsh, and then Faroese, right? Am I saying that right? Faroese? Because it's like Farland or far something, Fargoland or something like that. What is Kazakh people or Cossack people? Kalmyk people here. Of course, Turkish people here, Armenians, Kurdish, Yazidi, Budian people, Shia Arab, Luri, Persian. Oh, wow. So, okay, this is making a lot of sense. Okay, that was another very interesting map, a ethnic map of Europe, 1815, by the way. You confuse ethnic with national. In 1815, barely the French nationality existed. Most of them got created in the second half of the 19th century. So it's ill-advised to present it before it happened. Yes, I know that nationalistic stories got till antiquity. Fuck, they go as far back to the creation of the solar system as stories go, but it's just that, stories. Yikes, I was not tracking, but now I'm glad I read this bit, because good googly moogly. This comment right here is cooking. It says you divided this more into ethno-cultural groups, not straight up ethnicities. But as a Mariandes person myself, I have to say that Asturian is not the correct term for all of those people. It's at most Astur-Leonese. And if you're using the area of the Astur-Leonese languages of Spain, not the cultural group, since the language was spoken in a much wider area, but Portuguese/Castilian influence diminished it. The cultural area extends to generally all of the Asturias, Leon, Tierra de Miranda, and Cantabria, Extremadura are mixed. Plus, if you aren't including the Astur-Leonese people of Portugal, such as myself, just Spain, even though ethnic borders don't follow political ones. Plus, by those standards, Aragonese people have the total right of being included. And you did the same with Basque. You followed the current extent of the Basque language, even though the correct map would be the Basque country. Yikes. This person's getting fried in the comments, man. And very good points were made. I don't have enough geographical knowledge to confirm or deny this statement right here. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this individual that made that comment was quite accurate. And we We'll move on to this next one. Map of Europe as an American. Now, let's get to the juicy stuff. This is going to be interesting. Boom. So let's go ahead and click the admit and see what happens. Right here, they've correctly identified Russia. Bam. And then Belarus and this region over here, basically Russia. Next to Russia down here, this person correctly identified Ukraine. And then this is a wild statement. I don't know. Iraq. Isn't this Turkey, bro? We just looked at this. That's crazy. Calling Turkey Iraq is wild, bro. Poland down here is crazy, right? This person said Poland is down here. See, I'm bad at geography, but good, googly moogly. I give up. Now listen, I got cooked. So they gave up in the Balkan region. They don't know anything about the Balkan region. I just know that I confused Slovakia with Hungary. So I'm cooked myself, right? They said Poland is down here. How y'all feel about that? Right here, they said this is Germany, which is absolutely incorrect. And this is Germany too. So this is the second Germany. That's the first Germany. Interesting. Okay, they correctly identified Italy and Greece. This is France, but why'd they put an asterisk right here by the A? That's weird. Okay. Spain, Portugal, okay, the UK, Ireland, like Estonia or Lithuania or something is up here. Oh my God. And they put a cube of ice on Iceland. I'm not sure if y'all can catch that. That's funny as heck. I should ask. It's an obvious question with an obvious answer, but is Iceland cold year round? And if not, how bitter cold are the winters? It can't be named Iceland for no reason, right? I mean, it's not just a name. There has to be some truth to it. The top comment says, did you just call me German? You didn't need to say that you are an American. That's a tell me you're American without telling me moment. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, bro, this is not looking good. Not looking good. I don't know, Iraq, you will be shot. Bro, God. Yeah, the original poster is getting absolutely obliterated in these comments, man. See, I thought I knew something. Look, this person says rage bait used to be believable. Y'all gotta listen. Let's have a talk real quick. Let's have a talk real quick. I'm seeing people throw around this term rage bait willy-nilly. Y'all need to stop using the word rage bait so damn much for everything. Things that set you off don't have to be rage bait, right? The person could just be dumb and they could just be rooted in their very skewed beliefs. And those beliefs that are polarizing could just be their true way of thinking. It's not correct, but it could just be how they actually are. And it's not rage bait. It's like, oh, you have to be rage baiting. No, listen, it's not rage bait. It's real. And I think people cope with the realness of people's dumbassery by saying it's rage bait. Like my mix-up earlier, my several mix-ups earlier. You could clip the hell out of this video. I'm not gonna take it out. Yeah, it's bad. So rage bait, yeah, it does exist, obviously. But I think you guys have too much faith in humanity. Let's dial it down a little bit, right? People are dumb. Like we just have some very dumb people and they believe some very not smart things. And that's just kind of how it is. It doesn't have to be rage bait. Now, there's obviously clear rage bait with some people, right? But a lot of people believe this shit. Like this dude, I'm pretty sure, I don't know what's in his skull cap, but I could imagine this guy was dead serious. He even says here in this comment, I'm not rage baiting. I thought I tried my best. In my defense, I haven't ever taken classes on world history or geography. The United States education system is fried, for lack of better words. We have another map. It says, I drew a map of Europe 10 days ago. Ignore Iraq. Okay. He drew Europe as a bunch of anime characters. Okay, so let's look at Russia. We have the sly, sleazy Russia over here with the shaded off eye right here and stuff. Very interesting. Very, very stylish over here for sure. We have Finland that seems very innocent and peaceful with the nice Finland drip. We love to see it. And then over here we have Estonia. Estonia got the same colors as Mordecai, bro, from regular show. And then we have Latvia down here that looks, you know, a little nervous and stuff like that. We have Belarus, which looks like a more diabolical version of Russia. Oh my goodness. With like the power horns from Chainsaw Man. And then we have Lithuania down here representing the country and stuff. You know, it's funny. I have one friend from Lithuania. I didn't know what that country was, but I remember him transferring into my school. And I'm like, oh yeah, bro, like where are you from? I'm expecting like some other state in the United States. And he's like, oh, Lithuania. And I'm like, what? Huh? What is that? Is that a country? I've never heard that before. I remember finding out South Korea was a country when I was like 8 because we had 2 kids transfer into our school from South Korea. And I'm like, what? From South Korea? Like, you're not from Japan or something? And they were mad, bro. Like, I was so sick. I was sick. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. This is Ukraine, and you can see they're the characters in a military uniform for obvious reasons. And then down here we have Moldova. I like how they put the names, like they wrote the names next to each country, so bozos like myself could, get in tune with this thing over here. We have Romania, the home of the vampires. So if you like your blood sucked out of your carcass, you need to make a trip immediately to Romania. Crazy thing is, I called Romania Colombia, so I'm very cooked. Down here, this is Bulgaria and whatnot. Turkey, meow is crazy. This look like a feline character. We got Greece down here in the cut. Macedonia. Why does Macedonia look depressed? Serbia also looks depressed. Right now, I can understand why. They're going through a lot right now, dude. The uniform look fire though, I'm not gonna lie. Good lord. Then you have Albania and stuff over here, and then Montenegro. That's what it is, Montenegro. I keep forgetting about Montenegro. That's the one Balkan country I keep forgetting about, man. Very sophisticated with this drawing. And then you have Albania. Albania, man, they got some of the drippiest drip ever, bro. Like, they have really cool clothing and whatnot. Bosnia, Herz is up here. Italy, of course, it's always pasta, wine, authentic pizza with not enough cheese. I want my pizza drowned in cheese, okay? I want it drowned in cheese. If you don't drown your pizza in cheese, is it really pizza? Is it really pizza? Okay, so then up here we have Hungary. Boom. I like what they did with the character here. Slovakia right above that. Very interesting. I actually do like how they did Slovakia. Oh my god. Austria looks insane. What's up with these upside down crosses? Is this like another vampire like thing going on over here? We got vampires in Romania and vampires apparently in Austria? What the heck? It's like there's a whole religious thing going on over here. Well, look no further than Switzerland over here with the Swiss eye patch. I call it the hospital country because and the hospital colors actually over here. You got the Nurse Joy going on. And then Germany, of course, looks very sophisticated over here as well with its military uniform question mark. Interesting. Belgium, I'm very curious. Now, serious question. Did waffles originate in Belgium? Because I think I did a fun fact video and I did research before I made the video, and they said it's speculated that Belgium came up with the idea of the waffle, but it's not totally confirmed. So I'm not sure if you guys believe this or not. Like, if Belgium is where the waffle originated from, because I mean, there's got to be a reason why it's called Belgian waffles, right? I mean, I didn't just come out of absolutely nowhere. It had to originate in Belgium, and I need to have a proper breakfast in Belgium. You know what I'm saying? I have to. And then down here it says no Luxembourg. Yeah, I didn't notice Luxembourg at all on this map. Jesus. Ignore Iraq while he's casually floating with a parachute and birds surrounding him like he's a Disney princess. Hell no. Hold on. What? Where's Iraq? That's Iraq? This is Iraq? Oh, hey man, look, listen, bro, you need to hide your IP, bro. They ain't gonna play with you like that. They ain't gonna play with you like that. Boom. How do you determine a country's gender? Pick a language and use its grammatical gender for the country's name. That'd be easier. And then the original poster says, I don't know. For me, most of the Arab and Islamic countries are girls. This gonna be a spicy video, my guy. Here's another one. It says map of Europe according to Americans. Let's click on this one over here. Boom. It says Americans. I'm traveling to Europe. Europe. Boom. Spain's not there because they think it's South America. Oh shit. Ooh. Bro. Is that just Germany? Oh, bro, I'm cooked. This is France. France, Italy, and whatever this is up here. I don't know by the shape, dude. Fuck, I'm so cooked. Damn. Wow. Well, yeah, I told you guys, I'm just as cooked as the next American, bro. I do not know my geography very well, so I need to definitely work on that. Oh my God. No way they aren't hitting one pub in Ireland. And then right here it says, you forgot Liechtenstein, every American's dream destination. I think you mean Liechtenstein's monster. Yeah, this map is cooked, dude. But but it's a pretty accurate representation of what Americans think of Europe when we think of Europe. France, I keep forgetting, France is like one of the most traveled places of most Americans when they do decide to touch base in Europe. Okay, so this last one we'll look at is also pretty interesting. It says, asked ChatGPT to make a map of Europe. Okay, so what the freak? It says, asked ChatGPT to make a map of Europe. And this is what it came up with. It says, your drain, what? Ukraine, right? Ukraine, Yoland, Finland, Yoland, Zormany, Fruskia, Wuchia, Himungary. What the freak? Mookie? What is Mookie, bro? What is happening? I think the fucking ChatGPT had an aneurysm. Like, what is this? Flane? Florida, Spain or something? I don't know. Flane up here too. Eveland. That's how you, bro, we're cooked. I can't look at this too much longer, man. My head hurts. And the countries look a little warped and whatnot. The top comment says, Yoland. It's called Yoska and Yolish. These sound like words from Rick and Morty Interdimensional Cable. Yeah, for real. And it says, why is Finland still Finland, Rick? They're all interdimensional aliens, Morty. Do you think humans here just invented the sauna? Good Lord. Ah, yes, I recall the summer I spent in Hungary. Absolutely stunning. That is so funny. That's so funny. I got a headache reading that shiznit, bro. Okay, so then this other comment says, it got Finland right. Yeah, which is insane. I was super surprised. I'm very shocked. Like, Finland. Everything else fucked up. Anyways, we took a look at some very interesting maps from the perspective of various individuals on the internet, and we were met with some very interesting things. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. I think we should do that more often. And also, this is a video filmed on my computer, so the audio probably sounds way better than my other videos. Also, if you want to help me analyze these maps in the future, amongst a lot of other things, go ahead and follow me on twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang, where we do all of this live. Link will be in the description down below.